Exhausted people of our nation mired in toxic partisanship, left versus right, us versus them. While we pay to keep our politicians fighting, how do we, the people, rise up and solve the great challenges of our time? We do it by embracing freedom and liberty. There may be no such thing as a free lunch, but this hour is as close as it gets. Welcome to A Free Solution.
All right, welcome to A Free Solution. I'm Kevin Wilson, your host today, joined by co-host Tim O'Connor.
I am here, Kevin.
So glad you're here. So glad you're with us, Tim. We're live here on WYSL, which means that you, the listener, can give us a call. 866-552-1009. It's 866-552-1009. Or leave your comment online wherever you happen to be listening today on the Free Solution pages, YouTube channel, the Kevin Wilson pages, the Tim O'Connor pages. We got so many options right now. So many places where you can find us. Wherever you are, though. Appreciate you being here. Leave your comments if you want to add to what we're talking about. We already got one from Shelly. Shelly says, good afternoon. Hey, Shelly. Glad you're listening today.
Hey, Shelly. Oh, my God. Listen, Shelly is one of my favorite people of all times. I got to be honest. She got kicked off Facebook. And so she's commenting from YouTube. That's my guess.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that is a good guess. Oh, man. Another permanent Facebook zuckening. What is she?
Yeah. The zuckening.
Yeah. All right, so anyway, we got a couple things to talk about today. You'd thrown out some of the topics around the National Guard doing everything around inflation. Maybe we'll do some fake news. We'll see what we got. But Tim,
it's Friday, man. Let's have some fun.
Yeah,
let's make fun of these jokers. Hey, Kevin, I got a question for you, man. Does Rochester have a monorail?
So you messaged me that and like sort of.
All right. No, because listen. Monorails solve a lot of problems. Like Disney has a monorail, and so I mean it's just a measure of success. Yeah, people love monorails.
People love monorails. A few $1 million, some eminent domain. Like, yeah, let's get some mass transit in here.
You can just put the posts right through people's roofs in their house, and it's no problem.
Yeah, exactly. It's good. It's easily get around. Want to get to downtown? Take the monorail.
Absolutely. I live one of the main cities in Otsego County, one of two actually. Like, it's coming up with all these creative ideas to boost small businesses, and they gave a parking lot to a developer, and the developer's building a bunch of quote unquote affordable housing. They took $400,000 and they gave it to a restaurant, and that restaurant closed up like 6 months later. But I think it's because they don't have a monorail. Like, if they had a monorail, all these problems would be solved.
It's all going to be fixed.
Yes.
And then Robert picking up what you're putting down, commenting on Facebook says, "Isn't there a Simpsons episode where a salesman sold the town of Springfield on a monorail?" Yeah, I didn't watch the ending to that one. I'm sure it worked great everywhere. And
the beauty of it is, the monorail salesman is key to the story. I think that I want to sell monorails. That's why I think Oneonta should have a monorail. And if Oneonta doesn't take the monorail, Otsego, 7 miles away, is going to take the monorail. That's the way it's going to work.
Yeah, that seems totally fair. So, you got to get that monorail while they last. Limited time offer. Get the monorail.
You can't have 2 monorails in 10 miles. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, no, you want to be the town known for the monorail. Just a few billion here or there in investment. It's fine. We'll get the Fed money to do it. Like,
oh yeah.
No, there's going to be new in the infrastructure bill. There's new for mass transit. There's going to be money. Get that monorail money.
Get the monorail money from the colleges to the downtown. We could have the best quintessential epic monorail of all time.
It's going to be great. Nothing could possibly go wrong with this investment, and again, every time we build trains somewhere, it's gonna be great.
People love trains, man.
Actually, I'll I do unironically I like cities with good subway systems. It's just that
sure
at this point in time, it is in many places so wildly impractical to do this based on like how everything has been built now without tearing a huge swath of infrastructure out to the tune of billions and billions of dollars. It is just not feasible to build this new stuff. Like Rochester used to have a subway system. It would be cool if we still had that subway system. However, it didn't make sense. It wasn't making money back in the 50s when they stopped doing it. And
Kevin, you worry about making money too much. What are you, a capitalist? That's crazy.
Oh yeah, it's a public service. It's a public service. It's supposed to lose money. Yeah, I know that argument, right? But like at some point in time, it's got to like the MTA can barely pay for itself. Like it's and I say barely. I mean like it cannot exactly pay for itself. It's
I don't think it does.
No, and they have tens of millions of people to draw upon. You know, what was a city like Rochester or Buffalo, which also has a subway system? Buffalo actually does.
All right.
Yeah, Rochester. I said they sort of had a monorail. There used to be a monorail for kids in the Sibley building, and now like when they set up the Christmas village, like every year they will bring out the cars from the old So the Sibley building, no, it's whatever it was. There's a mall downtown for a while.
Yeah. Could I get if I wanted to go to a Bills game? Could I get from downtown Buffalo to the Bills Stadium in a subway?
No, you cannot.
Oh man!
I mean, so like that's where it kind of makes sense, right? Like if you could use it to like tailgate somewhere and then like not have to drive, and like again, when I lived in like Berlin as a student for a bit, like it was kind of nice going to a soccer game and being able to drink a bunch of beers and not having to drive back. I like that. When I lived in DC for a bit, like that was a nice thing. But again, you know, like in a small city like Buffalo, does it make sense? Do we build stuff around it in the way that makes sense? Can you do it and have it like not suck billions out of the economy? I don't know. It doesn't seem like they do that. And you know, a couple comments from Shelly. She said, when I lived in Mexico half century ago, I could always find my way home on the monorail. It was called a trolley back then. And
nice.
Robert says, I'd like to bring back the street rail cars. So Tim, we have enough time for this. Actual conspiracy about like the street rail cars, because most cities used to have this stuff, right? Like Little Rome, New York. Right. Used to have like a pretty complex street rail system. Fairport had a street rail system up here in the Rochester area. Lots of these cities had this. Why did they get torn out?
I think that probably Big Auto did away with them. They bought politicians, they made them illegal, and that's what happened.
Yeah, no, it's basically that, right? Like it's a couple things happened where the automotive industry and like, you know, people trying to set up gas stations. So like the petroleum industry, they would pay these cities to tear out these systems. And then like, I think it was GM had bought like the biggest like rail car producer in the US and just sabotaged the business. Like
that makes
like,
yeah,
I'm generally not a conspiracy theorist, but this is something that like weirdly actually happened. Like the automotive industry, just like having this public transit around is not good for us selling cars. You know, you can't get your cars through the town as fast. You can't, you know, make the case that there's no way to get around unless you get a car. And so they destroyed these systems of public transit so that people would have to buy cars. And that's like one of the few like things where these capitalist companies have been like really just like mustache twirling bad guys in this case. Now I don't know if that would survive long term anyway, right? Like you know, maybe people didn't want that. People like cars for a lot of reasons in the same way they like them nowadays. Like I don't want to have to be limited to like traveling along the line. I want to be able to go where I want, right? But
they needed more laws back then, Kevin.
What's that?
What they didn't have enough laws back then. If they had more laws back then, they could have prevented this.
Well, so that's where we got things like
more laws.
That's where we got jaywalking laws, right? So actually, the automotive industry, same thing. People kept getting hit by cars, right? And because like they were used to walking in the street and using the streetcars, doing that thing, and it was making the industry look bad with all these people being killed by cars. So they invented the law of jaywalking, and a J being like a country bumpkin. You know, you were just walking around like an ignorant country bumpkin through the city, crossing the street, getting hit by cars, and it's your fault for doing it, not the car's fault.
Wow.
That's
I
where
actually
jaywalking
didn't know all
laws
this
came from.
stuff, man. That's amazing. That's a great piece of history. I hope everybody out there appreciates Kevin's like putting history, matching it up to our reality. I got to thank you for that because I literally didn't know that. That's so cool.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, the history of like this stuff is wild. And again, what does that lead to later on? Not just like tearing up the subway systems and rail cars and all that stuff, which maybe it would have gone away anyway. We have buses now if you want to use that stuff, but also building all these extra roads that now we can't afford anymore. So that's where we're at. All right. So anyway, Kevin Wilson and Tim O'Connor here on A Free Solution. Thank you, everyone, for leaving your comments online. Thank you for being here. We're going to be back with more from A Free Solution in just a few minutes.
Your business relies on computers and technology to operate. Slow, unreliable networks and servers can cause unplanned downtime and affect your bottom line. The experts at Simple Tech Innovations are here to help. Their preventative maintenance program ensures that your computers and network are kept up to date and monitored for any issues, keeping your business running smoothly. They also help clients achieve HIPAA, PCI, and New York State cybersecurity compliance to keep your network safe and secure. Whatever your business IT needs are, Simple Tech Innovations should be your first call. They've won the Best in Rochester 8 years in a row and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. Call them today for a free consultation at 585-200-3182. That's 585-200-3182. Simple Tech Innovations.
Inside the Taylor Laboratories.
Hey, Tony, what you doing?
A little experiment, Zach. Look what I have under the microscope.
Ugh, what's that?
A sample of indoor air.
How can it be that dirty? Don't AC and furnace filters help?
Only with dust, Zach. But when Taylor installs a whole house APCO air purifier to detox the air, odors, chemicals, mold, bacteria, and viruses are removed.
For clean indoor air.
Yep. Ain't science awesome?
Taylor, 500 help.
A message from the National Police Association. It used to be that any able-bodied person would offer to assist a police officer in danger. Now, passers-by are more likely to take a video. There's a better use for your phone when an officer's in trouble. Call 911. Tell the operator where you are and what you see. Then, start your video to provide evidence later. To learn more about how you can assist law enforcement, visit nationalpolice.org. That's nationalpolice.org.
Why do businesses choose to move their website from Wix and Squarespace to Simple Tech Innovations? Maybe it's their excellent customer service or attention to detail. Maybe it's their ability to give a truly customized solution. Or perhaps they just like the fact that Simple Tech is a local small business that builds great relationships with its clients. Whatever the reason may be, you can rest assured knowing that the local team at Simple Tech has your best interest in mind when building or updating your website. They're hands-on and love helping customers achieve their goals. But don't take my word for it. They've won the Best in Rochester 8 years in a row and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. If your website doesn't match your dreams or isn't achieving your goals, give the professionals at Simple Tech Innovations a call today for a consultation at 585-200-3182. That's 585-200-3182. Simple Tech Innovations.
A free solution.
Welcome back to A Free Solution. I'm Kevin Wilson today, joined by Tim O'Connor.
I'm here, Kevin.
Yep. You know, we're talking about monorails, and we kind of went off on a bit of a tangent there for a bit. And I have a correction to make because I don't know why I said Sibley Building. Is Midtown Plaza where the monorail was. Apparently it's a common thing for there to be monorails in like shopping buildings like that for kids to just offering entertainment option. Also, producer had a wealth of knowledge about like where like how Seabreeze was like an end of a line destination for trolley systems and stuff like that. It is fascinating. So maybe one day we'll do like more on that. Like that started as a joke and we like went off on like an actual tangent on this stuff.
It was a blast. And you hit me with a conspiracy theory. I just loved it, man. And it's not even a conspiracy conspiracy theory. It's a conspiracy reality, as are so many things.
Yeah, no, so like look it up. Like the General Motors streetcar conspiracy theory. Like there's a Wikipedia page on it, and a bunch of like documents, and like and a whole bunch of other stuff. But it kind of seems like the automotive industry intentionally killed the streetcar industry. Like it was not a fading out of that technology. It was a murder. That's what it was.
It was a murder.
Murder.
I love it. There is no doubt that capitalism, when it gets into some of this nitty gritty pieces of competition where they have kind of done some damage. Like, and now I'm feeling all quaint and sentimental about trolley cars, man. I wish that I'd had that experience in my life.
Yeah, right. And like again, it may have faded out anyway. Just that's it was kind of pushed along in this case, and oftentimes it was pushed along by capturing the levers of government and being able to set funding for infrastructure and to put restrictions on other companies in order to rig the game in their favor, right? Like that's what ended up happening in this
We
case.
still see that going on every day. I mean, that happens top to bottom, at the smallest, lowest level of government.
Oh my goodness.
All the way up to the federal government. I mean, people pay for their ideas to become popular with the government. They pay for regulations. It's literally a reality. It's not even a debate anymore.
No. Yeah, again, this isn't, this is in the realm of conspiracy in this case. It's like you can look at the laws, you can, make connection between money. Just because someone's lobbying doesn't mean they're necessarily doing anything nefarious. But, when the government is willing and able to, engage in regulatory capture, we're seeing some stuff like this with social media companies. We see this with like infrastructure stuff, like on every level of government. We see this with like banking regulations too. It's like the big boys get in there, they and say, all right, like we get that you need to keep consumers safe, and we're going to help you do that. Here's a list of regulations that we think will keep consumers safe. And, knowing darn well that they will be able to comply with that and their competitors won't.
I went full conspiracy theory on the Facebook whistleblower, man. I don't know if you caught any of that show, but I'm like, Facebook has no animosity towards her at all. They're literally begging for regulations from the federal government. They would love them. They would welcome them. It would keep them as the pinnacle social media platform for a couple extra decades. I just think it's real. They're like, yes, please regulate us harder, Mr. Government.
Yeah.
Or Mrs. Government.
Please don't throw us in the briar patch. Please don't throw us in the briar. Yeah. Like there's a little something about that kind of makes me think that too. And Andrew and I had talked about that whistleblower too, right? Like it's part of me is like, all right, yeah, like Facebook, they do some shady stuff, but like the solution here to like require a greater level of speech regulation on these platforms, in favor of like greater censorship, that ain't it. That ain't the solution. And there's been some proposals.
Because those fact checkers they've got their finger on the pulse of the nation, brother. They keep things real on Facebook. I love them. You guys hear me, Facebook? Facebook, do you hear me supporting your activity?
Yeah, no, if you suck up enough, Tim, like nothing bad will happen to you. It's gonna be good. Just keep doing that.
Yeah,
and
no.
Everything's gonna be great. It's gonna be fine. With the Facebook stuff, I'll just say like because every once in a while, like sometimes the fact checkers, they get stuff right. People are posting stupid stuff. Like, okay, like not that I think anyone who's like posting that stuff is actually going to read that. Like, who cares? But like the one that's bugging me lately is that the fact checking on like the $600 thing, because people like the fact check is like, this is a conspiracy because Alex Jones said this about the fact check. Or about the $600 like account thing with the IRS, where the IRS can look at every bank account that has $600 going out of it. But like, so this isn't true because this one person said this thing about the $600 thing. Come on, man. Can you like this is why people are driven nuts by the fact checking thing, because they take like one
Correct.
part of an out of context statement by like a fringe individual and then pretend like the entire concept of like the IRS looking at your bank account if it has $600 going in and out of it is totally made up. Like, no, it's not. Like, there's a
Yeah.
real thing. There's a proposal at Treasury to like do this thing that they're trying to see if they can work it into the infrastructure bill. It's out there. Or they'll say, well, it's not true that this is the law yet. I'm like, yes, I know, but
Right.
like it could be, and that is worth talking about. Quit putting a stupid fact check on my post about that.
Exactly. I mean, that's the thing. You know they want to. You know it's in conjunction with this notion that somehow we can control what billionaires are doing and make sure billionaires are paying their taxes by keeping an eye on Tim and Kevin's bank accounts for $600 or more transaction. Like it's literally insane. That fact checking drives me nuts because it's exactly what you said. It's parsing of hairs. It's like Alex Jones said this, and basically it hasn't passed yet, but
Yeah,
you
right.
can bet they want it.
Nope. That's exactly what it is. And so with any of this, with regulatory capture, things like that, like you actually there's a great like Andrew Heaton episode on this, and he talked about like anytime you build a regulation, right, like there's going to be some sort of unintentional consequences of that, right? Like, so you try
Right.
to regulate like the speech on Facebook, and what is the worst person in the world, the worst company in the world, or the worst government official in the world going to do when you implement that law? Like, it's like the politicians are concerned with virtue signaling now, right here, not thinking about what's going to happen a couple years from now when either corporations that are supposed to be doing this thing are like shifting their profits to like not comply with the letter but not the spirit of the law, or government officials are abusing the spirit of the law to crack down on speech that they don't like. Like the way he put it is like, imagine every single law that you have is you making a wish on a monkey paw, like a cursed monkey paw. Like if it's like, yeah, sure, like your wish is going to get fulfilled, but like it's going to get fulfilled in a shady way.
Man, the terror that like went through my life from that story about the monkey paw. Honestly, I couldn't sleep. It still haunts me to this day, man. That's why I don't make crazy wishes. I barely even pray, man. Like it, because it's gonna come back and haunt me. I know it.
All right, so Tim O'Connor would not appreciate you giving him any cursed monkey paws. Just
That's
don't
correct.
do it. Not his Christmas gift of choice. We'll keep that in mind.
Facebook's going to be pulling up the trolley tracks of free speech. How's that for an analogy?
There we go. Oh man, we're going full circle here. You're just gonna bring it back.
I'm just kidding. You think you're out, but then we pull you back in. That's how it goes, man.
Tie back to we got to tie it back to the monorail again. That's it.
Yeah.
Back.
That's
thematic consistency, folks. That's good quality radio right there. No. So I think all right. So we've covered some of that stuff too. And again, if we got a few people who are commenting on to Michelle saying just afternoon boys. Hey, how's it going, Michelle? Appreciate you being here. And we got Logic on too. Thanks for listening. Appreciate y'all being here. And a few great comments in here. So thanks so much for being here today. This is an interesting one. I don't know about this topic. Look at Australia mandating zero net carbon emissions from farmers. We're watching the rest of the world head there. We should be concerned. That's super interesting because, like, again, mandating zero net carbon anything, right? Like, you've got to think, okay, I get that your intention is to do something good, right? Like, I will give them that. I'll say, like, maybe their intention is to do something good with this stuff, but you can't control how people do it. And you can't control what the consequences of that are, right? Like how much other destruction is going to happen in the process of mandating zero net carbon emissions from farmers. And then how can farmers maybe follow the letter of the law, but also get around it in ways that end up having a ton of unforeseen consequences for the environment, right? And I don't know exactly what those are, but we see that in public policy all the time.
The road to somewhere is paved with good intentions.
Exactly. All right. So we got to head to break now. But again, thanks for listening today to A Free Solution. We're here until 1 o'clock live. Give us a call, 866-552-1009. That's 866-552-1009. We'll be back in a few minutes on A Free Solution.
Fly the flag, stand for freedom. AM 1040 Avon Rochester, FM 92.1 Rochester, and FM 95.5 Spencerport.
Here's the latest forecast from the Newstead NBC Weather Center for tonight. We'll see some rain out there, a few thundery downpours. Temperatures remain in the 60s on Saturday. A wet start, rain through midday, maybe a local gusty thunderstorm. Then we'll see drier air come in for the afternoon. We'll turn a bit breezy, and as it dries out, it will turn cooler. Temperatures will drop into the 50s during the day on Saturday. I'm Rich Cornelia, WYSL.
It's a great time to shop at Victor Chevrolet. Come see how easy it is to do business with us. Get your ride ready for winter driving with great Victor Chevy service specials. Check these out. A 6-quart oil change with tire rotation, only $49.95. An 8-quart oil change and tire rotation, just $10 more, $59.95. Get a 4-wheel alignment to keep your tires in good shape. It's only $89.95. Tire rotation alone is $19.95. Get the best mileage your engine can give you with a new air filter, $44.95 install. There are tire deal savings too at Victor Chevy. Get a $100 mail-in rebate on 4 Bridgestone, Continental, Goodyear, Hankook, or Pirelli tires. Get a $70 rebate on 4 Firestone, General, or Michelin tires. A $50 rebate on 4 BF Goodrich tires. As always, shop Victor Chevrolet for used and new vehicles. They're ready to serve you. Find new roads at Victor Chevrolet, Route 96 in Victor. Visit victorchevrolet.com.
WYSL.
Is the Supreme Court signaling an end to Roe v. Wade? After Mississippi passed the Gestational Age Act, limiting abortion over 15 weeks gestation, an abortionist filed suit. The lower courts struck the law, but the Attorney General of Mississippi appealed to the Supreme Court. The High Court agreed to hear the case. This is surprising because the court has never before entertained abortion cases which restrict the practice prior to the age of viability, set at 24 weeks. Then Texas passed a bill making all abortions after a heartbeat is detectable illegal. The court refused a request for an emergency hearing, so for the first time since Roe, the Supreme Court has permitted a state, Texas, to almost completely ban abortion. After 48 years, is the Supreme Court letting the states decide the issue for themselves? This RealAbortionNews.com update is sponsored by Compass Care.
This is Vinny Dallo, founder of Cabin Financial. I want to ask you a question. How's your health? In today's environment, personal health is a top priority. I'll be more specific. How's your financial health? We all know the importance of getting a checkup, but when was your last financial checkup? If it's been a while, or you want to make sure that you're on track financially, then you should schedule a financial checkup. That's why you should call Cap'n Financial. We specialize in taking a look at your financial situation and work together to get you on the best track and in the best health of your financial life. Find us online at capnfinancial.com or call today, 585-248-6769.
Vinny Dallo is a financial advisor offering investment advisory and services through Eagle Strategies LLC, a registered investment advisor, member FINRA SIPC, Cap'n Financial, its employees, nor NILIFE Securities LLC or its representatives or affiliates provide tax, legal, and accounting advice. Please consult your own tax, legal, or accounting professional before making any decisions.
Why do businesses choose to move their website from Wix and Squarespace to SimpleTech Innovations? Maybe it's their excellent customer service or attention to detail. Maybe it's their ability to give a truly customized solution. Or perhaps they just like the fact that SimpleTech is a local small business that builds great relationships with its clients. Whatever the reason may be, you can rest assured knowing that the local team at SimpleTech has your best interest in mind when building or updating your website. They're hands-on and love helping customers achieve their goals. But don't take my word for it. They've won the best in Rochester 8 years in a row and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. If your website doesn't match your dreams or isn't achieving your goals, give the professionals at SimpleTech Innovations a call today for a consultation at 585-200-3182. That's 585-200-3182. SimpleTech Innovations.
Livingston County Pizza Company and Gluten-Free Bakery offers homemade jams, gluten-free with hand-picked local fruit, peach, strawberry, blueberry, blackberry, red raspberry, and black raspberry. Livingston County Pizza Company and Gluten-Free Bakery in Avon.
Flower City Arcade features vintage favorites like Pac-Man, Galaxy, and Centipede, and more. Unlimited wristband, $8 Thursday and Friday, 6 to 10, $10 Saturday, 2 to 10. Flower City Arcade, Penfield Road, just east of Panorama Trail.
A free solution.
Welcome back to A Free Solution. I'm Kevin Wilson here today, joined by Tim O'Connor. We're live here on WYSL, which means that you can give us a call, 866-552-1009. It's 866-552-1009. Live here until 1 o'clock. And shout down the line to our friends listening over at WACK out in Newark. Appreciate y'all being here as well. It's a little bit later. And our friends listening online. Free Solution Facebook page, YouTube channel, all the Kevin Wilson pages, and all the Tim O'Connor pages and accounts. Wherever you're listening today, thanks for being here.
We're omnipresent, bro. We're everywhere.
Just everywhere. All right. So, yeah, that voice in your head, Tim and Kevin.
Tim and Kevin, we are solving your problems.
So anyway, topic shift. We're gonna talk about inflation. Tim, what's going on? Inflation. Tell us about those high class problems.
These high. So first of all, let's point our fingers, our stubby, angry fingers, right in the face of the current administration. This Josh Furman, a former economic advisor for Obama, tweets out, "Hey, inflation is a high-class problem." Biden's economic advisor retweets it. Jen Psaki defends it. Guys, these guys are so tone deaf, it's not even funny. That's one of the issues. Now, I will say that he meant to say inflation is a good problem to have. It means the economy's coming back. I don't know that that's accurate, though. I'm an economics guy, okay? Like, I studied economics at SUNY Binghamton under Professor Kern. I took, philosophy according to Marx, economic philosophy according to Marx. And then I took a class from this guy who was a Waldorf, who was a economics advisor to Ronald Reagan. He used to cancel class all the time because he would have to go meet up with Ronald Reagan and his board of economic advisors to come up with plans on how to, boost the economy with economic strategy. So this one of the strategies that they came up with, and it's obviously survived to this day, is that the government can spend a lot of money. The government can print a lot of money. The government can literally devalue the dollar. Then your current debts become easier to pay back, theoretically. But the problem is that it causes prices to go up on everything, right? So $1 10 years ago could buy a gallon of milk. $1 today could buy a quart of milk. And we're seeing that happen. So when we get to the gas prices and stuff like that, that's probably a supply chain issue, a slightly different thing, but
yeah, right. So you got a bunch of causes behind that can kind of all be lumped into inflation, right? Correct. You might, when you look at inflation, like when they're talking about increasing the cost of living for Social Security and whatnot, right? Which went up, I think, 5.9% this year, right? Like they're looking at like the whole economy of everything. So they're saying, okay, we need to give out more money here because the cost of everything has gone up. Gas, groceries, stuff you're buying at the store, whatever, right? And so like you might look at any one individual thing and say like, okay, well, like here's the causes of why gas is up over 2020, right? Like last year, oil was negative and now it's not. So okay, that's going to go up. But it's up higher just a little bit than what the baseline is. Why is food going up just a little bit higher? Is it because of COVID? Is it because of government policy? The answer is yes to both of those. But what are causing those things? And then you have like the overall supply of money, right? And how does the availability of printed fiat currency impact like the value of goods and services based on like their relative scarcity to those things? And so trying to look at that all together, people attempt to make policy that makes sense out of that. The Fed certainly tries to do that. They think that they can pull some levers, tweak some things, maybe increase the interest rate a little bit, and it's going to fix everything. Tim, can they do that?
Well, they can do that, but what happens is that the economy tends to overcorrect to contractions. So if the Fed raises the interest rate, and guys, I've never seen interest rates stay so low for so long, and the issue is
foot on the gas forever.
Yeah, so the second they start raising this interest rate, banks are going to raise their interest rates. Your credit card interest is going to go up. You're going to see a supply shock to your money that, it will be incredible. So I don't know what to do. I think that we've created this potential mess. We're standing on a cliff. We certainly have, problems in the actual supply chain of goods. So what's going to happen when we try to correct this, when the government tries to finesse its way into a solider monetary policy? What do you think, Kevin? I'm not at all nervous about it. I know how to hunt. I know how to fish.
So you're gonna find you're like, all right, well, society's gonna collapse when they do that, but I'll be all right.
I'm just saying. I got like 50 pounds of flour. I'm getting through the winter no matter what, bro.
Only 50 pounds. Come on.
I got the propane to cook it. Everything's fine, man. Everything is fine. We've got nothing to worry about.
There you go. Tim's gonna start homesteading, like me living in the city with like all my city hookups for electricity, gas, water, etc.
You can still prep though, bro. You can still prep. You can buy cans of food. You can like learn to hunt and maybe shoot a deer this winter. All those things are within your grasp. And I'm not saying that I'm paranoid. I'm not saying you have to do it, but it is like these are good skills to have.
No, sure. No, there's certainly stuff to think about, plus building, relationships with your neighbors, know who you can count on, who needs help, all that
Absolutely.
type of stuff. Definitely a good thing to do. But, in terms of like the big policy picture, right? What is going to happen here? Where are people going to shift? Does it make sense to do things like, get to get crypto? Because crypto prices have like gone nuts this week. I was just like, all right, it's gone up again. I'm going to sell a bit of my Bitcoin. Like, there's no way it's going to go up past 60K again. I'm going to sell it like 52.
Right.
And then now it's at 60. Just check.
See, I can't even pay attention. It moves so fast.
Yeah.
What I'm thinking, I've got this suggestion for you Bitcoin experts. Guys, it's time for you to start buying politicians, okay? Like, they're available. They're for sale. Let's get some numbers. Let's start working on better regulation and better policy for you.
Yeah, no, that's exactly. That's what it is. Now, my Ethereum, I sold some of that too. All right. Anyway, I'm just looking at my portfolio. Like, why'd I do that? That's dumb.
Yeah, my trading advisor is my 15-year-old kid. He like studies charts and stuff like that. So listen, I hit the bottoms, I sell the highs. I am on fire. I am going to take my 2012 Ford Taurus and my Bitcoin and parlay it into a $60,000 truck.
And
I can't wait.
Nice. Good luck. I'm over here buying high, selling low, and then like watching things go back up and then buying high again.
Wait, hang on a second. What did I say?
Yeah.
Because I do what you do.
Yeah.
I try to listen to my kid, but I don't ever pay attention to him because I don't think he's serious. He's always right. I'm always wrong. And so whatever.
Yeah, no,
That's
so
how it goes.
It's all going to work out for both of us. So needless to say, Tim and I are definitely going to eventually have our totally nailed down strategy turn us into Bitcoin millionaires.
Yeah, I will turn thousands into hundreds instantly.
Talented at that. So yeah, needless, don't take any like crypto advice from Tim or I. Like we do
not take it.
know what we're
This
talking
is not financial advice.
No, it's very bad, and you should not listen to a word of what we're saying. At least not follow the advice. You could listen to what we're saying, just don't follow what we're saying.
Well, other than if you've made a lot of money on Bitcoin, buy politicians.
There you go.
That I think is
you
good
go
advice.
ahead and do that.
I think is good advice.
It's up to 61,000 now. See, there we go.
Right on our breaking news about Bitcoin, it's going higher.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, like I know we're starting to run out of time for this segment. And yeah, inflation is going to continue to be a problem. I don't have a lot of faith in either the Federal Reserve, that quasi government sort of entity that the president appoints the chairman of, but doesn't actually control. I don't have a lot of faith in them to be able to pull the right levers and push the right buttons and adjust inflation rates just enough to fix this problem. It is something that needs to be solved by the wider market. And if we let prices kind of do their thing and help guide the information about production, supply shortages, where stuff needs to go, we'll be in a much better position than with the Federal Reserve and the federal government messing with those.
But
things.
Kevin, those guys have computers and computer programs. I think with proper computer analysis, everything is going to be fine.
Nonsense. Not there yet. Wait,
it's Friday, man. It's Friday nonsense.
Folks have the hubris to think that they can do that. To think that before we didn't know, but now we have all the information that we need to correctly control the economy. Guys, trust us this time. It's going to be good. All right. Thanks again for joining us here on The Free Solution. Kevin Wilson and Tim O'Connor on. We're going to be back in just a few minutes. Talk to you soon.
Why do businesses choose to move their website from Wix and Squarespace to SimpleTech Innovations? Maybe it's their excellent customer service or attention to detail. Maybe it's their ability to give a truly customized solution. Or perhaps they just like the fact that SimpleTech is a local small business that builds great relationships with its clients. Whatever the reason may be, you can rest assured knowing that the local team at SimpleTech has your best interest in mind when building or updating your website. They're hands-on and love helping customers achieve their goals. But don't take my word for it. They've won the best in Rochester 8 years in a row and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. If your website doesn't match your dreams or isn't achieving your goals, give the professionals at SimpleTech Innovations a call today for a consultation at 585-200-3182. That's 585-200-3182. SimpleTech Innovations.
Need help with health insurance? The Greece Regional Chamber provides assistance with health insurance for businesses, nonprofits, families, and individuals throughout our region. We pride ourselves on the personalized service that we provide for our clients. Let us help you find health insurance plans that fit your needs and navigate the paperwork. Greece Chamber Benefit Partners, located at 2402 Westridge Road in Rochester, New York, offers a broad range of medical insurance plans for businesses, nonprofits, individuals, and families throughout the greater Rochester Finger Lakes region, working with insurance companies including Excelis, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Univera, and MVP Healthcare. We can also help you access insurance plans through the New York State of Health, the official health plan marketplace. Again, you do not need to live or work in Greece to utilize our brokerage services. We serve the greater Rochester Finger Lakes region of New York State. Visit greecechamber.org to sign up for one of our free health insurance information sessions or schedule an appointment with one of our licensed brokers. Call 585-227-7272. 585-227-7272.
Your business relies on computers and technology to operate. Slow, unreliable networks and servers can cause unplanned downtime and affect your bottom line. The experts at SimpleTech Innovations are here to help. Their preventative maintenance program ensures that your computers and network are kept up to date and monitored for any issues, keeping your business running smoothly. They also help clients achieve HIPAA, PCI, and New York State cybersecurity compliance to keep your network safe and secure. Whatever your business IT needs are, SimpleTech Innovations should be your first call. They've won the best in Rochester 8 years in a row and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. Call them today for a free consultation at 585-200-3182. That's 585-200-3182. SimpleTech Innovations.
A free solution.
It's Fake News Friday here on A Free Solution. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for listening today. Again, we're live on WYSL till 1 o'clock. Give us a call, 866-552-1009. If you want to participate in the discussion, if you have any fake news for us, too. Potential fake news.
Yeah.
All right, so we don't have too many today, but I do have one. Is California banning gas lawnmowers? Tim,
oh God,
news of fake news.
Let me just say this. I hope that they do, because honestly, the biggest problem the world faces right now, we have solved all of the other world's problems. Gas lawnmowers are something that absolutely has to be banned next. I actually got an electric lawnmower, and so I think everybody else should use an electric lawnmower.
You should have to. Mandatory. No other options.
Ideas so good you can get arrested if you don't follow them. That's exactly it. That's the way to save everything, from the economy to everybody's feelings, top to bottom. Let's do this. So it's probably fake news, though.
Fake news? No, it is real news. The California,
psychopaths.
I know, right? they signed a bill last week on Saturday to ban gas lawnmowers and leaf blowers. They want to limit air pollution, limit carbon output. So it has to be in compliance by 2028. So all portable gas powered small engines is 2024, and then 2028 is like the gas powered generation and whatnot too. So
are they gonna be able to drive four-wheelers and stuff like that?
That's a great question. Like, I would say, from what it looks like, probably not. Like, it looks like everything is like any of the small engines, small gas powered engines are. So if you want a four-wheeler in California, I suppose, or dirt bike or lawn equipment, you're gonna have to go electric. Now, like, I know that, like, you said you get an electric lawnmower. Like, I legitimately have looked into that too, but I have a gas powered lawnmower right now that works well. It's like 15 years old. Like, I was mowing on it when I was 12. I mean, math that. No, it must be 18 years old then, because it's my parents' old lawnmower, and they got a new one, and they're like, "Hey, you want this?" It still worked fine since. I have not done a single thing to it other than put gas in it. Do I get taxed?
Did you get taxed on that gift?
I probably should have. So now the IRS is going to be looking at my bank account and they're like, God, that guy has more than $600 in there. All right, let's open him up. I'll open up the audit.
Say, check it out. So I have my basic backyard is a lake. So my side yard is literally like 15 by 40. So I have maybe 600 square feet to mow. And the ideal thing to mow it with, I was mowing it with one of those rotary things where you just push it down through and the blades spin and you get little tiny grass clippings.
Like the manual one, like the non human powered one. Oh yeah.
Listen, I'm all about saving the environment, bro. So like I'm literally pushing this lawnmower, and then finally my wife says, "You know what you should try?" And she bought me this little $100 electric lawnmower. And I'm telling you what, my lawn looks great. And I mow it in half the time.
Yeah, no, it's a nice thing because I've used those too, right? Like, which is great if you have a smooth, flat lawn like the manual powered ones. If it is like your lawn is like lumpy and irregular, it is so terrible to use.
I have a 100-pound Labrador Retriever. My lawn is at best lumpy and irregular all the time.
Exactly. Same like that. My dog tears up our backyard, like just by like running around, like not even like actually digging, just running. So yeah, like and again, the thing to think about with all this stuff too is like, all right, like I have a perfectly good lawnmower. What is the carbon offset of me keeping my lawnmower as is versus going out and increasing demand for electric lawnmowers and all the materials that go into that? Isn't it better to just kind of keep using the thing that I'm using for a while versus,
that's an efficiency argument, and I love that argument. Okay, that's a reality, but I don't want to get into that. What I'm going to suggest you do to assuage your conscience is to go plant trees. Go plant like 57 trees this weekend, and then you're covered on that gas-powered lawnmower for the rest of its life.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Actually, no, there's an interesting study done by NASA that suggested that lawns are on net carbon absorbers, even with mowing them too.
I don't believe that. That came from the government.
Well, that's a fair point, Tim. Yeah. I mean, all right. So, or instead of a lawnmower, maybe I'm just gonna get like sheep. I'm gonna probably need a variance for that. But you
Fight
know,
the
it
power,
seems,
Kevin.
Yeah.
Don't get a
No, you're
variance.
right.
Just get sheep.
Just get sheep. Ask for forgiveness, not for permission.
Yes,
all right. Yeah. No,
that's
good point.
correct.
That's hopefully I only got like one set of neighbors, right? I got Park on the other side. Like, hopefully they will like the sheep. Who doesn't like sheep? They're great.
They're
not
cute.
mean as I could get goats. Goats would be mean. And
goats can be kind of
everything.
wild.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't get
I'm
goats. I wouldn't do that to my neighbors. But then sheep are chill, right?
Sheep, I think they're chill. They make a lot of noise sometimes, but like you can make sweaters out of them. So you're on your way to becoming a more effective prepper with a couple sheep in the yard.
See, there we go, Tim. That is my solution. Even though I have a city yard, we get a couple sheep. It's got to be at least two because they got to have friends. Don't want the sheep to be.
Then you can have baby sheep.
Think
about that. Baby sheep are really cute, bro. I'm not even kidding. They are so cute. Like your wife, your kid, like you'll be the most popular guy on the block, man. People will come over to see the baby sheep.
I've seen baby sheep, seen baby goats too. But again, I don't really want to go. Goats kind of mean, but they can be. They can be very sweet too, but they eat everything. My yard would be devastated.
They'll eat your dog.
They might. I don't know. I don't know how big. How can goats unhinge their jaws like snakes? I don't know anything about farm animals.
I do know stuff about farm animals.
Yeah,
but you'll like goats. You can find you can get those fainting goats. Those are pretty cool. Yeah, those are pretty cool.
And Shelly says you could get geese if you want to anger your neighbors. No, geese are terrifying, and I don't want any part of that. They're mean and noisy.
They're territorial.
Yeah,
they will rock somebody's world. That little neighbor kid that wants to come by and be like, "Can I go see Kevin's geese?" He will get swatted silly by the geese. Geese are incredibly aggressive, and they defend their yards or their territory with violence.
Yeah, they sure do. So yeah, no, probably not sheep. Don't think they're gonna get along with my pup or like the neighbor kids who like walk by from the park and like, oh look, I'm gonna go like hang out with the geese. I'm gonna go pet the geese. Nope, that's how you lose fingers, kid. Don't you get near my fence.
That's
right. Guard geese. Which all right, small tangent. In Florida, apparently, peacocks are used as like guard animals because they're super noisy and like aggressive.
This is real news, man. This has been going on since the ancient Chinese dynasties. That is one of the primary functions of peacocks.
Yeah, they make a ruckus. I had no idea this was big until like relatively recently. I'm like, peacocks, that's what you do.
They can be aggressive as well and territorial, but they make the craziest noises when their space is invaded. So and they're also very perceptive and very nervous, right? So like a chipmunk could set off a peacock, for example. It's a risky take if you want to guard your property with peacocks, but
yeah, so
I mean, it's
they'll make
green.
They'll make a run. Say goody. I would have no idea about that. And apparently there's a peacock that guards a bar in the Catskills, according to Shelley. Fascinating. I mean, I've only seen a few peacocks in New York. One of my parents' neighbors had one. Yeah, and also would make a ruckus. A bunch of peafowl, peahens, peacocks.
Nice.
And all sorts of other animals. But anyway, yeah. So we only got like a minute left. We covered the one real news item of banning lawnmowers in California. So entrepreneurial idea: you save them gas lawnmowers. Trek them out to California. Just saying.
10-4. Black market lawnmowers.
There you go. All right. Thanks for being on, Tim. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Kevin. Had a blast.
Yeah, all right. Have a great weekend, folks. Take care.